Hey everybody, Aaron here. Welcome back to another anime review. Today we look at the anime movie called The Boy and the Beast. Now, what's funny about this is that I was recommended this movie by several dozen people. They were telling me how amazing this movie is. I saw reviews online that were saying it was epic. It was just this movie you have to watch if you're really into anime. And I remember that I think part of me was like kind of still resistant to it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to see this because I looked not per se at the cover or anything like that. I looked more at the kind of concept of it, and I was like, I don't know how I'd feel about that because it sounds a little bit too childish, and I really didn't know if I'd go into it expecting anything really that high from it. Honestly, I ended up getting it. My dad ended up getting it for me as a kind of last minute birthday gift because he had gotten me a whole bunch of stuff already prior to that. But he's like, it's $30. Here, I'm gonna check it out too. And me and my dad ended up watching this, and I'll tell you right now, guys and girls, this is a phenomenal movie. This is one of the masterpieces of anime right here. Honestly, it is very, very well done. It is a great story. And I'm just going to tell you guys the synopsis of it. I'm not going to try to put too much in there because there's a lot of spoilers if I'm not careful. But I'll give you the rundown. So we have our main character, Ren, who's a 9-year-old young boy who has recently just had his mother die. His father, who had kind of been divorced with his mother, doesn't even know about his situation at home. And he's going to be taken by what I presume is his grandparents. And he doesn't want that. He wants to, live on his own. But, of course, he's only 9 years old. He can't have that. So he ends up running off into the streets. And for a few days, it seems like he's trying to, have the kind of street life of living on the streets. Stealing from people if he has to. Stealing food, whatever he has to do to get by. And ironically enough, though, he ends up, on a really bad day, ends up seeing these two people that say, oh, listen, I want you to come with me. It's this giant, shadowed figure. And he ends up finding a kind of portal to another realm, which apparently is this beast realm known as Jutengai. Now, this realm actually has it where there are no humans. There are just beasts. And these beasts are actually beasts that are trying to become gods, or at least, if not gods, try to live out a life that is far away from human, livelihood. They have a separate realm. They know that humans exist. They know humans are not that far away. They're close neighbors, but they wanted nothing to do with them. And here you have this little boy now in this beast world. Now he also learns though that this whole realm currently something's going on where the two gods, or no, not gods yet, but two creatures are actually fighting to become gods. One is Kumatetsu, and the other one is, I believe, Aizen. And these two are fighting against each other. They are very strong. They're considered the strongest of the strong. But Kumatetsu is considered the youngest one because he has no disciple. He has no, apprentices or anything like that. And thus, from here, Ren and him become master and disciple through a very series of comedic events. And you see these two grow up and, age with them, become smarter, become more mature, become more wise, and even get stronger in general. And what's interesting about this movie is that there's so many messages being conveyed for a simple movie that really doesn't look like anything. When you first see this, I know that most people will see this and they might think, oh, this could be a kid's movie or something like that. And there is so much adult livelihood to this movie that, honestly, my dad, who, he loves a lot of anime, but he's very picky with anime sometimes too, found this amazing. He really did love it himself, and I was sitting right next to him going, oh man, this was great. I'm so glad I got to watch this. I almost was willing to watch it again, but it was already I think 8 o'clock when I finished watching this. So I was like, I'm not going to watch it again. It'd be 10 o'clock. I'm going to go to sleep. But honestly, it was such a great movie. Let's talk, besides the story being amazing, let's talk about the art. The art is fantastic. The characters are very, very well done, both, the way they're drawn and also just the kind of character descriptions and designs and plot lines. I really like it. This is not per se a non-cliche story. There's stories like this that do exist, but this movie has a lot of heart with its story. It really does something very different with what it's given. It's not that it's not perfect. It has some issues here and there, but majority of it is small issues that are kind of more personal. So I'm not even going to mention them because honestly, these are not issues that are here in this movie. These are more so just personal things. I'm not gonna, like I said before, I'm not going to get into it, but honestly, this was a movie that I sat down, I watched with my dad, and I felt a strong thing of just learning with the characters, you know, kind of almost maturing with the characters, if that makes any sense. Because these characters are so well portrayed on the screen, it's just awesome. I can see why, you know, this was so highly recommended by so many people. You know, honestly, I don't have any issues to really gripe to you guys about. I mean, like I said before, I have personal things like, you know, characters here and there, you know, design-wise, sometimes there's little flaws here, so I didn't end up mentioning them, I didn't really want to, but, you know, some flaws here and there I noticed, but really, it doesn't matter. You know, honestly, this is a spectacular movie that has to be seen by at least anyone that loves anime. And, you know, honestly, I think this is a movie that whether you're a young kid or you're an adult, you'll actually find a great amount of enjoyment out of. That's why, you know, honestly, even voice acting wise, if you watch it in English, it is awesome. I think the English dub was very, very well done. I think the English dub personally would be a little bit more stronger in terms of, I think you will find it a little bit better than the Japanese dub. I'm not saying the Japanese dub is bad by any means, but I think if you want to see an English dub of this, definitely put it in English because it has some great voice acting. And I just think that some of the messages are conveyed a little bit stronger in the English dub personally than the Japanese dub. That's just me personally. That's, you know, I know a lot of people know my stance on dubs. You know, I'm very picky of dubs, but I do love dubs more than Japanese dub. But overall, though, did I say enough times that this movie is a masterpiece? I think I've said that like a million times already in my review because it's something I honestly believe. I would say that this is definitely, if you want to buy it, go buy it for $30. Go find some way of watching it, you know, legitimately, because honestly, this needs to be supported. This needs to become a bigger thing because I know, again, that it was one of those movies that I was hesitant about. I know a lot of people are like me. They were probably hesitant about it or, you know, kind of out of the edge, but I'll tell you right now, that's a mistake. You gotta go watch this right now. If I had to review it A through F, A+. It is an amazing movie, like I said before. Everything works for it. Great story, great art, great music, great voice acting. Honestly, I have no little, like I said before, the little draws of just some of the characters here and there, sometimes kind of weak animation here and there in art, but honestly, it's not bad by any means. It's something that's just me personal. Just watch the movie. I'm gonna say it like that. Just watch this movie. Anyways, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed today's review. As always, please hit a like, you know, hit the like button, comment, subscribe, you know, the whole nine. I'll talk to you guys later. Until I pass across again in the next review. Bye bye, everyone.